Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the live United States election results for the June 24th, 2024 primaries. I'm your host, SPC, and we're here in the New York Times election page for um, several primaries that are happening tonight to determine who will run in November's general election. We're here in the New Jersey Senate race so far, where Andy Kim, the congressman from the 3rd District of New Jersey, is running for the Senate to replace Bob Menendez. He was facing Carol Murphy, someone, uh, the First Lady of New Jersey's, I forgot her name, but her last name is Murphy. But she dropped out due to funding issues, I believe. So he is going to cruise to this race, but we'll keep an eye on the margin here. To replace Andy Kim here in the 3rd District, Assembly member Carol Murphy and Herb Conway will be going at it for Andy Kim's old district, which represents the outskirts of Trenton, New Jersey. It's not that competitive this year, but we got some attention. All right, so the 5th, this is the compete against Josh Gottheimer. My Republicans will be sort of contesting this seat. Mary Jo Ginchard, George Song, Ginchard leads pretty handily to start tonight. And then in the 8th, this is Rob Menendez, who's having a little bit of trouble due to his father's scandal. He's currently, right now, he's battling for his life right now. He's only ahead with 27%, up 8 points. It's under 50%. This is not good for Rob Menendez to start off tonight. And then in the 9th, this is Bill Parcell. He's very old, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. But he currently he leads, but that's just the early vote. So that's what's happening in New Jersey right now. We have several races that are very close, are very watchable right now, as we are 10 minutes after poll closings here in New Jersey. So welcome everyone to the stream. So let's go. So we have rapidly incoming votes. We have Rob Menendez, the son of Bob Menendez, the retiring New Jersey senator, who's embroiled in a controversy. He's currently facing trial as of this moment for bribery and all kind of shady shit. His son, Rob Menendez, is getting primaried because of his father. Because of his Bob Menendez's trial and scandal. His son, Rob Menendez, the incumbent congressman here in New Jersey's 8th District, is getting primaried from Raviner Bala, who is currently only 8 points behind Menendez. So other races tonight, we have the Montana Senate race between Brad Johnson, Tim Sheehy, and Charles Walking God. I don't know why you would name your son Walking God, but he's a perennial candidate. He will not win. In Montana's governor's race, we are watching Greg Gianforte getting faced with a challenge from the right. So we'll see what happens there against him versus Tanner Smith. And then Montana's first district. This is a very competitive district. Mary Todd and Ryan Zinke are going at it for just win the nomination. And then in Montana 2, we polls close in about 2 hours there in Montana, by the way. I mean, we're Montana 2, we're watching the Republican primary. We have several candidates in that primary in Montana too. This is a Republican seat. Matt Rosendale, one of the people who have been on the McCarthy against one of those very controversial candidates. He's right now he's retiring, and he will. And there's a huge Republican convoy to replace him at this moment. And then let's move over to Iowa. We have two competitive seats, and we have a competitive seat in Iowa 3. Well, probably the only competitive seat in Iowa. We have to face Zach Nunn. We have a race between Wenon Backgam and Melissa Vine. This is the Des Moines seat. This is to face Zach Nunn, the first-term congressman in the general election. And then in Iowa 4, Randa Finstra is facing a challenge on his right against Kevin Virgil. Finstra defeated far-right Republican Steve King in 2020's primary after Steve King basically got in loads of trouble with his own congressional leaders, so for remarks that were that were not appropriate is maybe the right way to say it. And then finally we have New Mexico, where we got the race in a maybe competitive district in New Mexico. The first district, Luis Sanchez, Steve Jones. This is to go up against Melanie Stansbury in the general election. Right now, we have no results. Iowa, New Mexico closes at 9, so in about 40 minutes. Montana closes at 10, and obviously we're getting New Jersey votes in right now, and we have a projection. Andy Kim is nominated to be the next the Democratic nominee for the U.S. Senate, defeating Patricia Campos Medina. And not a big surprise here, but that is our first call of the night. Andy Kim is going to be the Democratic nominee for the Senate. So that's our first call for tonight. Andy Kim is winning by a ton. His only formidable challenger dropped out in March. All right, let's go to the race in Andy Kim's congressional district, where right now we have Herb Conway leading by a ton ahead of Carol Murphy. So, but the bad news for him is that most of the vote that's in, it just dropped all at once for him. So we don't know where the rest of this vote is going to come in from. So he may be in deep trouble. All right, it might be. All right, nothing yet from the Gottheimer district. We've only gotten a few votes in here. In New Jersey, we have yet to see anything from the Menendez seat. We have still 27% in. And Rob Menendez is only up 8. That is some cause for concern for Menendez, but again, that's early. And then let's look at Bill Parcell. He's currently not doing well. He's currently losing 2 counties in his district, but again, it's very, very, very early here in that seat. Again, but he's getting 90% in Hudson County, which might be good for him. If that holds up, that might be terrific for him. but he is in his upper 80s. He is in his late 80s, and yeah, that's why age is basically why he's getting trying to get primaried here. So that's what we got so far here in New Jersey. We have about 40 minutes until Montana closes before Iowa and New Mexico close. So that's what's going on right now here on election night, June 4th, 2024. Let's go back to the. Let's go back to the. We have yet to get more vote results in from any other district. So, again, our key races are right now the 9th District of New Jersey, will Bill Parcell and Mohammed Karala. I can't pronounce that for shit. Bill Parcell is facing a challenge from a younger person. Uh, Rob Menendez, New Jersey 8. He's getting primaried for his father's scandals. And then New Jersey 5 may be competitive. That's why we're watching it. New Jersey 3, this is to replace Andy Kim. So, Dante is in the building. Hello, Dante. Welcome.
Hey,
All right. So, our New Jersey right now, we are very the results have stalled, but one race that we are watching right now is New Jersey's 8th district. This is Rob Menendez, who is uh in 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 trouble because of his father. So why is this being brought on Bob Menendez's son? Rob Menendez, the congressman.
it's kind of just like honestly a challenge against nepotism. I believe Bala has been running since before the scandals came out.
Right now, he's not doing very well. Right now, he is up only 8 points with
Yeah,
27.
there's a third candidate in the race grabbing 9%. So that's the difference. But Menendez is under 50.
Yeah, that is not good. If you're an incumbent, that's not what you really need right here. So Bill Parcell, he's getting primaried because he is old, right?
Yeah, it's more general change thing. I only mentioned that one because Mohammed Karlua is a legitimate candidate. He's mayor of Prospect Park, which isn't a huge city, but it's not like a little city. And so I felt it was worth mentioning this race just because out of respect for Kalua for running like a legitimate campaign.
But he is winning a couple county right now. Bergen County, he is getting 65% there. But the bad thing
Well,
is
these are all early votes right now, and remember
Yes,
New Jersey is kind of a machine state, so
yeah. Hudson County, it's 90-10 right now for Parcell. So that is good for him if it stays like that. But I doubt it stays like that. All right. So what is to watch tonight in Iowa?
we're watching two congressional primaries. Sorry, let's move
So
around. Okay.
so we're watching Iowa free because obviously it's a competitive seat. So what is the two candidates about here?
So yeah, we have two candidates. We're watching Iowa 3, which is the most competitive district in the state. The leading candidate is Lannon Backham, a veteran and former staffer at the UDSA, who has been endorsed by national Democrats. He is facing against Melissa Vine, a nonprofit executive who has centered her campaign around abortion rights and has been backed by some women's rights groups. Backham is the odds on favorite. for a number of reasons, but because of how pertinent abortion has been as an issue for Democrats recently, it's hard to rule out Vine.
And in Iowa 4, Randy Feenstra is getting challenged to his right.
Yeah, we're watching that because we've had a
So
few
it's
close primary calls recently.
yeah. And then our obvious most competitive seats tonight is we have some Montana races. We have the first district. This is obviously a competitive seat, uh, but you're watching it because Ryan Zinke again is getting challenged from the right.
For the record,
So
I'm reading through some stuff from people from New Jersey who might be in the know, and there is a lot of early concern about these results for Rob Menendez.
yeah, I would
These,
be concerned
apparently, these
too.
early results were supposed to be pretty favorable from him for Hudson, and he's only up 9. So
Yeah, I would be concerned as well
there's also
because
some votes from another county, but it's like 500 votes, so it's really all about Hudson right now.
yeah, I would be concerned right now as well because you're trailing by a bit. You are barely ahead in your race for renomination.
This also like
And
doesn't matter at all because they're not going to win. But Trump's candidate for New Jersey Senate is down by like 40 points right now.
what?
He endorsed Glassner.
Oh my god.
I thought about mentioning this race, but I didn't think it actually mattered that much because like
Yeah, it's gonna
Bob
be.
Menendez is not going to make this a competitive race, even if he runs as an independent.
Yeah, this is actually. Yeah,
I'm not sure many New Jersey Republicans knew about the endorsement. Of course, it's
yeah.
still pretty early, so maybe she could come back. I don't really know.
She is winning on Hudson, but that's probably the only good thing about what's happening with her campaign. But again, that Andy Kim is obviously going to be the next senator for New Jersey.
Yeah.
Oh, we got some more results here. In New Jersey, Rob Menendez just got a little boost. He now is ahead by 10. I don't know where the new results came
Looks
from.
like some extra results from Hudson.
Yeah, he now leads by 9. He still leads by 9 here in Hudson, but his lead went up a little bit. But this is still concerning number right now for Menendez. Even if he holds on, this is very concerning. Um, so take us through the Montana results, right? The Montana races, right quick.
So yeah, we're going to quickly watch the Senate primary where Tim Sheehy should win pretty easily over former Secretary of State Brad Johnson. We're going to watch the governor primary where Governor Greg Gianforte is facing a primary challenge from his right from State Representative Tanner Smith. And we're going to be watching the first House race a little, as Andy mentioned, but mostly the second district, which is a safe red district with a crowded number of Republicans running to replace Matt Rosendale. Most notably, State Auditor Troy Downing and former Congressman Danny Reberg.
Weber did run for Senate in 2012 against Tester, and he lost that race pretty
He
handily.
ran in 1996 too. He's been in Montana politics for a very long time.
He was the former Secretary of State as well.
Lieutenant governor.
Oh, all right. I was close. Oh,
Some states it's the same thing.
yeah. But before he ran for Senate, he was in Congress for the whole state. Oh,
Yeah, he
wow.
represented the whole state for over
Parcell
a
just
decade.
gained a ton here. Uh,
Yeah, this probably isn't going to be too close.
yeah.
You know what? I think actually it looks like that county they had Harlua winning was an error.
Oh,
Because now
all right.
Parcell is up by the exact same margin that Harlua was in there. So I'm gonna
Hmm.
guess it was just an error on their part, and that's why the count looked weird.
Yeah. All right.
Of course, election day votes tend to go better for progressives in New Jersey, so we'll see what the margin is. But fair to say, Pasquale is going to hold on.
We have one New
Looking to see
Mexico
what.
race. in the first district. So why are we watching the first district?
Well, the most competitive district in New Mexico is probably the second district, and but there's it's uncontested. So the only other district in the seat, I mean, the third district has been close at times, but it's pretty safe now after the most recent redistricting. The only other district in the state with any shot at being competitive in November is the first district. So we're just watching the Republican primary there to see what happens.
All right.
Between Louis Sanchez and Steve Jones, there's not really any polling or much info on the race, but I believe Sanchez has run for this seat before.
New Jersey free. It's looking pretty good for Herb Conway here in New Jersey free. With 44% in, he has a 22-point lead.
Yeah, he was
Uh,
the favorite heading into this race. On the Republican side, Rajesh Mohan, who is the state choice, the kind of county choice from the establishment, is also ahead. This could be a potentially competitive district in November.
yeah, but again, redistricting made this pretty much a pretty good position for Democrats. Andy Kim, who had narrow wins in 2018 and 2020, won by I think 10 last in 2 years ago, I believe. So it was made him pretty safe, and this could be competitive, but I doubt it. So why are we watching the fifth district Republican primary? Same
Yeah,
logic as the New
same reason.
Mexico.
It could be competitive in November. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although, as you said, redistricting made this one a lot safer for Democrats, and Gottheimer has a history of overperforming. Right now, it looks like Joe Guinchard is up by quite a bit. And NYT hasn't done it, but the online space is doing it and projecting Pasquale as the winner in NJ09, so he holds off his primary challenger.
All right. Again, in about 30 minutes, we get Iowa and New Mexico closing. We'll probably watch those races a bit closely, but again, our New Jersey 8th right now is the big one right now, where Rob Menendez is in pretty big trouble right now. He's only up 10 on his challenger from the progressive side. And again, like Ante said, progressives usually do good on the E-Day vote. So he's probably in big trouble right now, but we'll see what the final margin is once the E-Day votes come in. And we have yet to get any votes from Union, so we'll see more what happens when Union comes in. Um, we got um, yeah, Andy Kim is doing very well. He's gonna win this by almost 70 points. So earlier this year, it looked like the Democratic primary in the Senate was gonna be pretty competitive, but Miss Murphy, the first lady of New Jersey, dropped out. I don't remember why she dropped out, but
She was
the
losing the momentum and the county line. If the county line fell, which it eventually did, she had no chance at winning.
yeah.
Actually, I don't know if it's officially fallen yet, but it was going to.
Wasserman has just called it for Herb Conway in New Jersey free.
Yeah, probably a fair projection. He was the odds-on favorite he's been the odds-on favorite for a while. So yeah, he'll start out as a strong favorite to win this district in November, but it's on the edges of the board at the very least for Republicans. It's competitive.
And apparently, that's his first call of the night was Herb Conway for Wasserman. So yeah, fair projection here. He is Conway's winning by 40 in Mercer. That's Trenton, the outskirts of Trenton. He's winning by 20 in Monmouth, and he's winning by 14 in Burlington. So fair projection. Um,
Assuming Conway does win in the election, he will become the first black congressman from South New Jersey, which is one of the more historically Democratic, but also has recently trended Republican.
South
And
New
yeah, this,
Jersey, New Jersey's delegation for was almost completely Democrat at one point.
it has two, yeah, the two Republicans in the state are the other two South Jersey districts. This is the only one that's considered South Jersey that is Democratic leaning.
We also have a third Republican in New Jersey. We have Tom Kaine, but he's going to have a very tough race
Oh yeah,
ahead.
I actually forgot about him. Let's check out him because I know he had a primary from the right that I didn't really feel was worth noting, but
All
let's
right,
see. Eh,
let's
not the greatest performance ever.
all right, let's see. So it's New Jersey 8. Wait, no, it's New Jersey
That's
7,
seven.
right? All
Yeah,
right, let's see.
I mean it's a solid performance. It's not as bad as some other Republicans, but
Tom
it's,
Kaine
you
has
might have wanted
been
to win by
declared
a
the
bit
winner, but
more.
he's leading 74 to 20.
It's a solid performance compared to other Republicans, but I literally couldn't find like any information on the guy he's running against. So
Ryan, he's not doing as good as Chris Smith, who is the most senior Republican in the House. He is
that's
the
true.
uh, he is the
Chris Smith
longest
has
serving.
also had some issues with primary challenges in recent years because he is a little more bipartisan, but nothing this year.
Yeah,
He's
he's
at almost
getting he
90%.
yeah he's crushing his challenger, and then Van Drew is uncontested. Van Drew was elected again as a Democrat, but uh, took a hard shift to the right. I don't think he was ever really a Democrat to start with. He maybe probably just ran as a Democrat because it was his best chance, but he has been one of the most right wing, maybe the most right wing Republican in New Jersey. But I don't know. Like, I don't know why he switched, but I've always believed that he was probably conservative in the first place and he didn't belong in the party. But I'll never figure it out. But maybe you know. All right, so Menendez, we have yet to get any more results, but
New
the
Jersey
ninth,
can be slow with counting.
yeah, it could take a bit for us to figure out what's the actual deal here. Um, Watchman says it's safety for the third. Don't blame him, but
Some people I found different things. If I can find even like one prominent election site that has it as like not safe, I'll note it down just for the sake of completion. But yeah, I personally I don't think it's going to be that competitive. I don't think either
oh,
this or the fifth district are.
we have just gotten uh Union. Oh, that's very early. And when he added,
It's barely any votes.
yeah, added 137 votes.
Personally, I don't feel that either the third or fifth district are going to be all that competitive in November. The seventh district obviously will be.
French President Emmanuel Macron has welcomed uh, people to France that were World War II veterans since it, in about 2 days it'll be 80 years since D-Day. So I'm trying to find any more information about this Menendez race. Um,
I mean, Bala is the mayor of Hoboken. There's been anger at Menendez over the nepotism and over his sidestepping of his father's issue. Kyle Jacey is a real estate developer and the son of a longtime state assemblywoman who initially ran for Senate against Bob Menendez before dropping out and switching to this race. No further updates right now, though we're a bit closer to polls closing in some other states. I'm not sure if we'll make it to Montana poll closing tonight, although I'd like to, because that'll be an interesting state.
what even is next week's races? I'm gonna go check.
I've already done my write up, so I can get to this pretty quick, actually. I shouldn't have done it this early. Anyways, next week we have Maine, Nevada, North Dakota, and South Carolina.
Hmm.
It looks like a pretty good week. I won't be on the stream next week, but I'll
I
send
will.
you the write up.
There actually will be some changes to my stream schedule for later down the road. We will not be streaming for August 1st. I will be watching some football, and we just got an update for Menendez. This is pretty good results right now for Menendez. Right now, he just gained uh, some votes
Yeah,
in
his lead in Hudson is
Hudson.
starting to pad up a little bit closer to what was originally anticipated. I think this is still early vote, but this is closer to what people thought it was going to look like.
All right, Bill Purcell just got declared the winner by AP. So yeah, he's winning 80-20. Yeah. So I think I'm done with that. We're done with that race. I still don't think that's a very good lead for Menendez there in Hudson. Like
It'll get closer, but we'll see how much closer it gets.
It's only the only amount of votes out. Let's see here. I'm kind of wondering, did Steve King endorse Virgil in Iowa 4?
He did.
All right.
That's really the only notable endorsement for Virgil, but yes, Steve King, who Phoenixburg primaried out a couple years ago, did endorse Virgil.
Do.
I have to go for a bit. I'll be back soon. Probably on poll closing in the other two states.
We're about to get poll closings in Iowa in about 15 minutes. New Mexico, Iowa, 15 minutes. Hmm. Let's see. Let's see here. Let's see here, folks. I think I saw some for Wasserman. Nothing yet. So let's see here. Hmm. We got 9 minutes until 10 minutes until Iowa closes. We're still waiting here on New Jersey. Hmm. So Hudson County, it's showing its strength here. That's Menendez is currently leading 52-37 in the state, well, in the district, well, 53-38 in the district, in the county of Hudson. So he is doing very well right now. Iowa, New Mexico closes soon. I don't know how quick we will get votes in from New Mexico and Iowa, but Polls close in about 5 minutes in New Mexico and Iowa. All right, polls are about to close in Iowa and in New Mexico. So, update in New Jersey, we still have not gotten any more results from Hudson County, where Rob Menendez leads right now in that county and in the district, 53-37. Although it's very early still. 20 seconds until Iowa and New Mexico closes. So it will be, we got a couple more races. And here is, so we are, polls have just closed in Iowa and New Mexico. We should get results very quickly. And we got more results here in New Jersey. But first, Dante's back. But let's first go over what happened here in New Jersey, where Rob Menendez had just expanded his lead. Some had an air vote drop, and F6 has gave Menendez a little bit, gave Bala a little bit more votes, but again, not much. Again, most of the vote is here in Hudson County, where Menendez, it's a 16-point lead here for Menendez. All right, Iowa and New Mexico just closed, so we're waiting on those first results in Iowa and New Mexico. All right. All right. We're waiting for Iowa and New Mexico to bring in results. New Jersey is, again, reporting pretty slowly. We won't. It'll probably take a while before we figure out who actually will win in the state of New Jersey, 8th district. But right now, I would rather be Menendez than Pahala. But yeah. Oh, we got first results in Iowa, 4th district. Uh, it is Carroll County. Feenstra is leading 67-33. Small County, 1% of the vote, less than a percent of the vote. That, even though it's 21% in that one county, it's less than a percent of the entire district's votes there. So it's very early again, but Feenstra, there's a little bit of a snapshot for 66-33. Kevin Virgil, who is challenging Feenstra from the right. Again, it's about 3,000 votes between Menendez and Bala in the state of New Jersey's 8th congressional district. All right, so nothing from Iowa. 3, nothing. So we just got our first results from Iowa, 66-33, Feenstra to Virgil. So what counties are we watching now for these results for Virgil?
I don't know. They're all pretty rural.
Menendez still looking very steady here, 16 points. Oh, we got first results here in the 3rd district of Iowa, and it's Des Moines, and wow, Polk County, Landon Backham leads 87-13. Wow.
Yeah, probably it could already be over. I will note that National Democrats did take a side in this one. You usually don't see the DCC come out and DCCC come out and endorse in races like this, but they came out and endorsed Backham pretty early. He's also backed by Tom Vilsack, the former governor, and his former boss, since he worked at the UDSA under Biden.
Wow. Polk County coming in swinging early here for Backham, but Uh,
What is the SBC rating for Iowa 3, Andy?
Lean R. Carroll County, Anair County, Mills County came in for Feenstra again. These two counties combined only 1% of the voting population of Iowa 4. So we're doing so. It's still very early, but Des Moines, Polk County, is a pretty decent chunk of the third district's voting population, and we just got more votes from Polk County. Polk County is coming in very fast, and I Vine has to do well everywhere else to overcome this. I think. Again, this is to face Zach Nunn in the general election. We have yet to get results from New Mexico's first district, which I will let y'all know when we do get results there from the first district. We're now so more votes coming in from Polk. That is a very good lead. I am not gonna lie. Backham might not win any other county, but his lead in Polk could probably be the reason why he will win this race. Again, more vote coming in from Polk. It's now 37% in. Like all the vote we're getting in from this district so far is Polk County, which is Des Moines. All right, we got our first results here in New Mexico. First, we have a very small vote, but Santa Fe, just the smallest sliver of Santa Fe County, is 53% in, but it's 1% of this district's population. It is Jones leads 59-41. So I'd take that with a grain of salt. Again, Des Moines, Polk County, it's continuing to draw votes when, like, it's all 47% in. It's 35% of this district. So, so this is pretty much wow. All right. I don't know how well Vine has to do too. And then again, and it's more Polk Valley County votes. It's wow. All right, we got a narrow update here in New Jersey's 8th district. And then it's Essex County again. Again, it gave, and it didn't really change the margin that much. So, but I just would like, I wanted to just get a little update there in New Jersey. Again, Montana closes in about 50 minutes. So here we go. Back to Iowa 4. Again, these two counties are the only ones in, but right now that company's left probably 1% of the whole district. So take that as a grain of salt. More results coming in from the 3rd District of Iowa. And yeah, once again, it's Polk County. What's new? I don't know when we'll get results other than Polk County, but this is starting to become very bad for Vines. He needs solid numbers and everywhere else. So I don't know what Vine needs to do here. All right, we got more results in New Mexico 1, Republican primary, and Steve Jones. Wow. Okay. 59% for Chaves County. 71-29 over Luis Sanchez. Again, the only reason why we're watching this is because this might. Again, this is really just take this with a grain of salt. Only 2% in. Jesus Christ. A 10,000 vote lead for Backham over Vine and Polk. This is getting ridiculous right now. 68% in Polk and 52% of the voting population right now in Iowa Free. Again, more Polk vote just came in. Still a 10,000 vote lead. Has anyone called this race yet? Because this is ridiculous. The numbers coming in out of Polk. Wasserman has not called it. So this is ridiculous. This is and there we go. Backham wins Iowa Free. That was fast.
That'll set up a competitive general election.
That was very fast. Not gonna lie.
Well, there's already 57% of the vote in. Good counting from Iowa.
And it's literally all one county.
Oh, yeah, it's the biggest county in the state.
Yeah. Jeez. I'll keep watching the margin here for right now, but wow. Des Moines does carry this district so far. Democrats probably need that margin again in November if they stand any chance here in this district. All right, so again, small numbers in New Mexico 1 and New Mexico 4. New Mexico 4, what? Iowa 4. And then in New Jersey 8, we're waiting on more results here from the Menendez race. Again, New Jersey counts slow. We're going to get to Montana probably, which closes in 45 minutes. But because we got some good races coming on in Montana, so Hopefully we can get. All right, so we got more votes that is not even Des Moines, but still 85-15. So yeah, I think this race is over, but I'll still continue to watch this margin because I think it could be closer than this, but that is in more votes. Of course, it comes from Polk County. Jeez, man. All right, we got more results in the Menendez race. Of it's Hudson. It was not Hudson. It was Union, where Menendez gained about a couple hundred votes, but still he leads by 3,000 votes, 3,500 votes now. 7% lead, 17% lead. That early scare, like I would not be comfortable even if I'm in this with this victory. Like you're only getting 53%. I would be kind of scared for 26 when that primary comes again. So, all right. So more results here in Iowa free. Uh, Polk County. It's all right. The initial results in Cass County against 61-49. That's better than the numbers we've seen from Polk in Madison County, but it's only 38 votes. Sorry. So
I am going to make a call here that I think is pretty significant, and that is that Representative Rob Menendez has won re-election.
yeah, I think it's pretty.
Bala is not doing what I expected. Bala to do much better in the election day votes that have come in, but he is not.
Yeah,
He really has not made any progress at all. So
I don't think.
it should get closer, but I don't think Menendez is going to lose
Yeah,
this.
Menendez will probably get under 50 at this point, but I don't see him. Like, I'll keep track on the margin and see how close he gets. But Menendez is lucky that there's Hudson County in his district. Like, all right, we got more results here. It's in New Mexico, Sandoval County. Uh, that's a pretty good result for Louis. That is not a good result for Luis Sanchez, but it does put it close with Steve Jones so far, right here. A 5-point lead for Steve Jones. Um, Again, that is now 41% in for that county. So I wonder what. Um, I wish some of these candidates were not on the post so I could see compared to numbers, but oh, we got more results in Iowa 4. Again, not a ton of difference here because, again, it only combined for near 1% of the vote here in Iowa 4. But Finstra, 603, Virgil, 243. I mean, and there we go. We have a call. Rob Menendez has just been called the winner by the Associated Press.
Glad to get it in. Glad SPC was able to get it in there a little bit before.
Yeah, but yeah, I think this is. I'm not gonna close this tab. I'm still gonna watch the margin like I am in Iowa Free, but this is like because Rob Menendez could still be in major trouble come next election cycle. So, all right, we just got about 20 more votes here in Iowa 4. Again, grain of salt, only 2% of the. Several of these counties have more than 10% in, but that's only counting for 2% of the population in this county. But it's starting to add up for Finstro a little bit. It's starting to add up for Finstro a little bit here. Again, the biggest this county in this district is Woodbury County, um, which is Sioux City, but we'll see what happens. He currently, like, some of these small counties are adding up. And we got more small counties coming up here. Crawford, again, that's only like 1% of the population here. But still, small votes adding up for Feenstra. Again, we have had close calls in the past. When a few weeks ago we had in Illinois, we had Boost and Bailey. It looked like Mike Bost or whatever. He was ahead by a bunch early on, and then Bailey made it close to the end. So we have to watch this because, again, 3% in is early. Again, and let's go Iowa 3 again. It's just Polk County right now bringing in all the votes. Like, it's, again, more votes out of Polk County. It's 60 total votes here in the Democratic primary is 16,849. 16,736 of it is from Polk County. A combined almost only a combined 100 votes, 113 votes are in the other two counties. So, yeah. New Jersey 8. We're getting more results here. Again, it's always been called, but we're just on margin watch here. Menendez, it's doing pretty well in Essex County. That's probably where the votes came in. So, small votes are doing these incumbents pretty well right now, or these. Well, in the case of the open Democratic race in Iowa 3, it's Des Moines that's been carrying. It's 88% in, which is about let's just say it's like 66% of the district's population that's been counted here. Oh my goodness. Look at it's 7 votes. No, it's 5 votes here in New Mexico's first district. All right, 5 votes here. Luis Sanchez has taken the lead by 5 votes. It's Barnello County, which is Albuquerque. This is a lead of 2 points. So the where most of the population is, it's where Sanchez is doing well, but Sanchez is playing it close with Jones. So we're going to have a close race here. So that's going to be interesting. This will be an interesting finish here, but again, 40% in. New Mexico's doing pretty well with. We're just going to see what happens when the rest of the district comes up. I think it might be 100 or so votes. We didn't stream last week, but it came down to the wire in Texas 23. Honestly, I
Yes.
probably should have streamed it, but I
But
didn't
yeah,
feel. But
it's your home state.
yeah, but it was one. But I didn't think it would be that close. But by the time I thought maybe I could stream it, it was already too late. So, but that's why we need to watch these races very closely when they're early. Like, for example, let's take the 4th. Again, my example, Mike Boston, Illinois, 7. I forgot what district he is, but that Illinois race where Boss uh, led very well in an early vote, and then Randy Bailey, the governor candidate in 22, almost came back and won that race. So that's why we can't. We need we have to caution even though it's 70 to 20, 70 to 30 right now here in Iowa 4, you it's only 3% in. Like out of the 5 counties that's in, 238, 152, 275, 192, 283, 266. That's all counting for 3% of the population right now of this district, or of the Republican population in the district. So again, the margin's looking good for Feenstra, but you'll never know because again, you could have a close race here, like what we're having right now in New Mexico. First, where we have a 5 vote difference here. So we're gonna have to wait and see what vote happens eventually here in New Mexico. So we're going to have to watch this race closely, see what happens. But right now, we got a pretty competitive race. Menendez is starting to gain a little bit more. It's
Might not be that close in the end after all.
Yeah, it's Hudson County again. He's gaining a ton there. He's getting 54% every vote drop there. And again, let's watch the margin. But every vote drop he's getting 54, 55%. It seems like of that vote drop. So it's again more votes in here and being carried by. We got cast count. I forgot what it was. Union that just came in, 45 votes. So again, it's Polk County with 89% in with 16,000 votes, 16,900 of the 1756. 156 votes, 160-ish votes separates is and all in the free counties that have not counted that have received votes. Only 200 of them are not in Polk County, which is pretty incredible. But all right, again, we just got the first good result for Virgil. That is, Virgil's putting up some good numbers. So again, very early, he gained about 1% here, but again, it's small numbers that add up. Like again, you see it's only 1,500 votes, but at the end of the day, it could be determined by those small numbers. Like in a district like this, the small numbers matter. Like in Texas 23, the small numbers matter because even though the margin is like 5 points, you could win like a point and a half. It could literally be 40, 50 votes that separates two candidates. So again, it's those small votes that matter, really. We're about 30 minutes away from Montana, where we'll get some interesting races. Yeah, it's now 19 point. It's 19 points in New Jersey free. 8, sorry. Oh, again, those small numbers starting to add up. Virgil's starting to gain a little bit. All right. All right. So we're getting again 500 votes coming in out of Dallas County. Not Dallas County Tech. Look at this. It's not even doing well for it. It's just I'm still on the fourth. Dallas County here in the third. Look at this. It's just blowout here. All right, Menendez. All right. Ball gained a little bit here. I don't know where he gained, but he gained a little bit. Again, it's still about 19 point difference here in the third. We're watching this very close. We're still going to watch the margin, but Menendez got away with a get scare here in the 8th district of New Jersey. Again, we're waiting on poll closings here in about 25 minutes, give or take, for Montana. Again, going to be a close one here in Montana. In Montana is going to be some interesting races. All right, so let's see. We have yet to get any more results in New Mexico's first since we had this Albuquerque drop. Again, it's 5 votes, a 5 vote lead, but it's going to be close here. We'll probably be watching it throughout the night as we get into the Montana poll closings, which is one of our bigger poll closings of the night. So it'll be interesting to see what happens when we have 4 very key races coming up in about 26 minutes from now. Ah. All right, more votes came in the 4th. Again, Virgil's starting to add up a little bit more votes. Every vote drop, he's adding. So, like I said, you gotta wait for a little bit, but once it starts to get going, we're gonna get small votes will continue to add up. And the small votes might be the reason you hold on to your seat, or or they could be the reason you lose. For example, as Mike Bost and Tony Gonzalez are two most recent examples. So yeah. All right, we're 65%, 5% in, and I look 4. Look at the size of the margins. Yeah, we're in only a handful of votes every vote drop. But Virgil has been adding up some votes, so again, the bigger the lead, the bigger. I just went by. I thought about that better in my head. I thought that better in my head. It didn't like. It was gonna sound. I thought it better in my head, but it just came out like babble or whatever. Oh, Finster actually gained votes. I don't know where, but he gained votes. Again, the bigger the margins in these small counties where you can add up those small votes, you can like have a pretty good pad at soon as your opponent starts to get big vote drops. Uh, for example, the state of Texas. Um, for example, the state of Texas, there's like 254 counties. Austin, San Antonio, Houston, Dallas Fort Worth. Those counties are in those areas have about El Paso. Those are about 45% of the state's population. Again, if you make a bigger pad in those small areas, as Republicans does in like the smaller counties, say the Panhandle of Texas, if a big enough lead, those in those smaller counties, you can you can maybe hold on to your lead as soon as the votes drop in, say, the big counties, Harris, Dallas, Travis, Bear. Like, again, it's just math at this point. Oh wow, Fiends. I don't know what my rambling, and we got some big votes coming in. I don't know where, but Virgil just gained a bit of votes. So we are again. Future might have had got himself a pad in those small counties, but as you see, every vote drop, Virgil starts to add to his vote count. So let's see. We got about 20 minutes until Montana closes.
Are we gonna make it?
Oh, we're gonna make it. I just went on like a 20-minute tirade about math.
I think I fell asleep about 5 minutes in with my mic off.
I fell asleep during the stream, a few streams. So that was back in like the early days. New Mexico has been sitting there for like a bit at the same amount of votes. Like it's a 5 vote difference. So we're gonna get some interesting races coming up soon. Next week's primaries is going to be more interesting. So hopefully I don't go on another tirade about math, but
New Jersey's 5th district, it has been called for Mary Jo Guinchard in the election against Josh Gottheimer.
I wasn't even looking at that district at all. I was like, it was looking
Potentially competitive seat.
Yeah. Oh, Steve Jones just took a lead in New Mexico. The most recent vote drop has put Jones ahead by 23 votes. Jesus.
Well,
All
I
right.
didn't think this based on what I read, it didn't seem more relevant, but Marionette Miller Meek seems to be facing the more serious primary challenge of the two GOP lawmakers in Iowa right now.
Hold on. Let me see. Well, Landon Feenstra's opponent has been gaining a little bit. So let me go see what's going on with MMM right quick. Oh wow. Okay. All right. So we got our. This is interesting. Did you do any research at all into this race?
No, not particularly.
All right. So
I
we
can't really
slept
find
on
much
this race,
information.
but
I generally don't do it when I can't find too much about the opponent.
yeah,
Oh, I'm
but
actually, I'm looking online now, and I will, and you know what? Actually, honestly, I use Wikipedia a lot, and when I wrote this, which was a little early this year, this time around, I didn't notice this, but I just checked Wikipedia again, and apparently her opponent has endorsements from Mike Huckabee and the My Pillow dude. So that's something.
what?
That, that's something. That's my bad. This is why I need to stop doing these early. I was just bored.
Jeez. But this is actually pretty interesting. Like,
If I'd known that, I would have written more in more detail about it.
is this guy even like crazy? Like,
It's also worth noting that this is the district that might be competitive in November. So if MMM goes down, it would be really interesting.
remember MMM almost never became a congresswoman in the first place. She only won her first election by 6 votes.
Democrats are running Christina Bohannon, former state representative again. She lost by about 6 points in 2022 in the general election.
That's actually pretty interesting because during redistricting, they made this district a little bit more redder. Like they cut out Cedar Rapids and Des Moines out of this rate. That this district used to be very solid Democrat, but Republicans made this pretty red, a little bit redder because they cut out the Cedar Rapids and Des Moines areas. Those are now in the third, where one is in the third, the other's in the second.
This race is looking legit. It's now a 4-point race.
Yeah, we might have to watch this later on. It's not looking too good for Finster either. his opponent has been gaining every vote drop. He's barely winning Wright County right now, which is the biggest vote so far. Crawford County and Wright County is uh, right now Feenstra is under 60 in those counties, so that's where his opponent has been gaining, but
No.
all right, so Davenport might be a very important county here. Scott County, that's Davenport, might be very important for Marinette Maryland makes. Again, Virgil was so right here. Feenstra is continually his league continues to shrink.
No. Well, looking at these results from New Jersey tonight, it's been pretty in favor of the establishment. It does make you wonder what would have happened if Andy Kim ended up facing Tammy Murphy.
Yeah,
Even without the line, the establishment remains very powerful in New Jersey.
yeah. Hudson has been very uh helpful for Menendez. He's winning it by 16 points, where
Hudson County is the home of Brian Stack. Stack is the mayor. I forgot. Stack is the mayor of Union City, and he runs one of the most notable voter turnout operations in the state. He
back
supported
over.
Menendez, and when you're supported by Brian Stack, who for the record is also a member of the state senate, because you can do that in New Jersey.
Oh my goodness, it's back down to 6 votes in New Mexico. One.
I'm willing to guess that on the early vote, Brian Stack probably netted him close to 5,000 votes alone from just his city.
Yeah. Look, this is 6 votes. This is absolutely insane. We have yet to get any results from the outstanding counties here, but what we do have, a margin is 6 votes. Montana closes in 10 minutes, and we have 3 races that have been pretty interesting so far. In Iowa 4, Randy Finstra's opponent has been catching up in the votes a little bit, but it seems like Feenstra will be fine, but gotta watch that margin. And Iowa 1, Marinette Miller Meeks might get upset here, which what nobody saw coming tonight. And then in New Mexico first, we have a Republican primary that's 6 votes right now, 6 vote difference. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens. So let's see what happens with Zinke in Montana first, and see how he does. It's now 20 points between Menendez and Bala in New Jersey. Um, I mean, Menendez 50.4. It's still not a very good number to have when you're an incumbent. Like 54% is not good when you're an incumbent, but at least but if you're Menendez, you can look at it like this: one, it's bad that you barely got over 50%, but it's also good that you won by 20 points.
For the record, on Iowa 01, I'm gonna go Iowa 02. My bad. No, it is 01 now. I'm gonna go out and apologize for not including that.
It's
I
fine.
wrote
No
this.
one. I didn't think it was going to be competitive
No, but
either.
I wrote this one a little early. Um, should have done a little more research into it myself, but yeah. But looks like it should. We'll see how competitive it ends up being. Maybe MMM will do better in these western portions of the district.
Yeah. Again, we still have not have anything from Scott County. Finstra up. Finstra gained a little bit here, but it seems like he should be. His opponents. It's been back and forth for a little bit in some of these other counties, so we gotta continue to watch this because, again, let's see how much Virgil can cut into this lead that Finstra has. We have 100% in Crawford and Fremont, 79% in Wright. Yeah, this is looking pretty good for Finstra, but again, he had like a 70%. He was in the 70s earlier. New Mexico 1 is as close as it can get right now. It's 6 votes with 43% in. Man, I wish we could get more votes quickly here in this race so we can, because I would be having a nervous breakdown if I were these guys, knowing that it's updating slowly when you're either losing by 6 votes or winning by 6 votes. Like, all right, so Marinette Miller Meeks does gain a little bit more votes here. So he now leads by 5. All right, once again, Virgil gained a little bit here. So I gotta continue. I'm gonna continue to watch that race, but it seems like Iowa 1, New Mexico 1, and then the Montana races will probably be the ones that really needs to be watched tonight as we go. We're about to get into Montana's poll closings. At least you included all the races in Montana. And you're right up in Montana.
Yeah, I mean, there's not that many.
Yeah. Why does John Tester's opponent in the primary look like a homeless guy?
I think that's just. I think that's a man with a beard.
New York Times did him dirty.
I think John Tester will lose his primary.
All right, we just got more votes, but oh my god, in New Mexico won Otero. It only gained Jones 4 votes.
Honestly, based on this, I think Jones will end up winning.
Four
Looks like he's doing better in these rural portions of the district.
Oh my god. Oh, okay. Landy Feenstra is currently losing a county right now. Um, that's close. That's 3 votes, but
I
it's
wonder if that's
worth
where Virgil.
noting.
I wonder if that's where Virgil represents.
And oh my god, it was he ended up winning by 3 votes there. Virgil did. So Landy Feenstra will lose a county, but probably won't matter much. We're about 2 minutes away from poll closings in Montana. 2:05 to be exact. All right, so we're about a minute away from poll closings in Montana. We're still watching some of these results in Iowa and New Mexico. Obviously, the third and first in Iowa, first and fourth of Iowa are pretty interesting right now, with both incumbents having some worry right now, but Feenstra more so. Oh, look at that! Virgil just gained more votes. Um, Again, these small votes add up. In the first, Marionette Mailer Meeks might be having a heart attack right now, seeing this result. In New Mexico won. Oh, Jesus Christ. Um, 206 more votes. So it's now a fifth. It's now 18 votes separates the two. He can't make this up. He just can't make this up right now. 3, 2, 1. Montana has officially closed their polls. So we'll see how fast we can get results there in Montana. So welcome to the late night here, folks. We're currently watching 7 races, I believe. Yeah, we're watching 7 races, and I'm watching a margin in. We're watching. Yes, watching the margin in 2, but completely watching 7 of them, as we get 4 more races closing right. That's just closed right now at 10 Eastern in Montana. We're watching the Republican primary in the Senate to see how well Tim Sheehy actually does in that Republican primary. And the governor's race, we're watching Greg Gianforte face a challenge from his right, Tanner Smith, in the governor's race. Um, We're also kind of watching the Democratic race for governor, but again, the Republicans will probably win this race in November. In Montana's first district, we're watching see if Ryan Zinke loses renomination to Mary Todd. Uh, Again, this is the competitive district of Montana. Like we are, it's my rating right now in that district. And then we have a very crowded Republican primary to replace Matt Rosendale and Iowa in Montana too. In New Mexico, the Republican primaries to face Melanie Stansbury, who will be running for her second full term. In Iowa first, we're watching Marianne Miller Meeks starting to gain a little bit more votes in her re-election bid here. In Iowa 4, we're continuing to watch Randy Feenstra's margin fluctuate between numbers, but it was about in the 70s when an hour ago, 30 minutes ago, it was in the 70s. Now he's about to drop below 60, so that's again to watch there. So that's where we're at right now. As we're right now, it's 10:02 in the east. So that's what we got so far. Our closest race so far right now is this New Mexico race. Margins are creeping up slowly, but it went from 6 votes to now 18 votes. Yeah, this is nuts in some way, but also it's funny because these two Republican candidates are probably getting in a heart attack over the nomination. They'll probably lose by 20 in the general. So So, in the margins of some of these races, a race that Dante did write up about was the third district, but it ended up not being competitive. And so, in New Jersey 8, we watched this race because Menendez's father is Congressman Rob Menendez, who is 38. His father is Bob Menendez, who's on trial for bribery and a lot of other federal offenses. So, so yeah. Um. Alrighty. Phoenix from margin continues to fluctuate right now between 64 and 63 right now. So, like I said, oh wait, Virgil gained votes here. Oh wow. It's again, Phoenix should be fine, but the margin is going to be kind of worrisome. Make him kind of worried for 26. All right. We have yet to get results in Montana. Um, All right, let's see what's going on again in Iowa 1. Miller Meeks continues to grow her lead. She will maybe be fine, and that early result probably might have been a scare, but she's going to be fine, most likely. Um, Nothing from Montana. No more results in Not more results in New Mexico. Iowa 4. We're still waiting on more results here. So we're basically locked down right now until we get. So this will be interesting, but all right, got more New Mexico results, and it's a big one. It is Steve Jones now has a. Oh, Steve Jones continues to expand his lead. It's now almost 2 points.
I told you.
So it's now 300 votes between him and Sanchez. So, but it's only Sandoval and yeah, Steve Jones is starting to expand his lead a little bit. So do 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 do. Finstra's lead continues to drop here in Iowa 4 as Virgil has a pretty good lead now in Buena Vista County. So again, Finstra's lead is dropping, but I think we might get results in Montana pretty soon. Um, Let's check up on what's going on with Ron Menendez. He leads by 20 points. It's now 11-point lead in the first district for Marinette Miller Meeks. He'll probably be fine. And Randy Feenstra just got declared the winner in his primary, but again, the margin here is not a really good performance for him, considering, but he wins. So back to New Mexico. Yeah, rural counties are really doing well for is what's been doing well for Steve Jones here. So Iowa is starting to close their doors. Montana is going to come in soon, I hope. All right, Montana. When are you gonna post results? All right, so we have been stalled out here. We have not gotten any more results yet for a while. Then we had a call. Randy Feinster was renominated, but it's gonna be closer than he maybe wanted. So that's what's happening right now. New Mexico. Oh, okay. Guadalupe County, Luis Sanchez. That's pretty small. Baca County. Look at this. Steve Jones doing very well in these rural areas. We have yet to get results from the suburban areas, so around Albuquerque. So we're gonna wait for that. But it's looking very good now for Steve Jones, who looked this race was looking very, very tight, but Steve Jones now has pulled away. He now leads by 320 votes when it was originally 6. So pretty interesting. Mm. All right.
I don't remember how long it usually takes Montana to come through with results.
Okay. The Montana's not. Oh, and Marionette Miller Meeks just got a narrow. It's now leading by 13. She'll be fine, but it looked pretty bad for her early on, but she'll be fine. She now leads by 1,100 votes. Uh, I wonder how Henson is doing. Was he unopposed? Yes, he was uncontested. So was her opponent. So Non was uncontested. Obviously, Melton was uncontested. Fincher won nomination. Well, Mix leads by 12, basically. Hmm. Nothing from Montana yet. Let's see here. Bow, 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 bow. Um, it's been about 17 minutes now since polls have closed in Montana. Um, Oh, hey. All right, got more results. Steve Jones is leading in all the very rural areas by big margins.
Yeah, that's why I thought he was going to win earlier. Although
Yeah,
maybe
but
there's
we
more
have,
votes in that Albuquerque area.
yeah,
Safe
we
to
have
say.
yet to get votes in Albuquerque. So since the original drop, but it's now 400 votes. So it's looking good for Steve Jones. Oh, Lincoln County's kind of closer than the others, but again, he should win this race. I don't think New Jersey has updated anything since, well, from the Menendez seat in a while. I wonder if I'm gonna check up on Dusty Johnson right quick and see how well he's doing.
He's uncontested.
Oh, all right,
There's no races to write about in South Dakota.
all right. Oh, it's a Johnson v. Johnson though in that race, which is interesting. Biden is Biden's opponent, Marianne and Dean Phillips are getting about a combined 21% in South Dakota's Democratic race. Just might as well just throw that out there. What's going on in DC? Well, I just changed this race to DC. Well, I guess it's all DC. For the Democrats, I believe DC for the Republicans happened already. Biden is crushing everyone there. All right. Might be possible that Montana doesn't release the results till 11, but again, I'm gonna check and see when did Montana release the results in 2022. Oh, come on, Montana. Close, alright. Send results. Alright. Bro, what's going on here? Come on, Montana. Seems like Montana will release soon. All right, back to Iowa 1, where Marion Miller-Meek's lead just got cut down a little bit. Des Moines, not Des Moines County, not to be associated with the city of Des Moines. 95% in. Kush wins pretty handily there. I think all of his counties, except for Clinton, is in. I think Marion Miller-Meeks is going to be very okay here. We'll just see what happens with the margins.
Exciting night in Montana right now, guys.
Yeah, nothing. And it's been about 30 minutes since post close. I've been looking on Twitter to see if anyone knows when to expect post closings.
Does anyone, Andy?
I said that we will. I'm looking on Twitter to see if anyone knows, has an idea when making it the post close results come in, but All right, let's see what's going on here. Oh, New Montana just released results.
Oh
All
my
right,
god.
so here we
And
go.
oh my god, Donald Trump is losing the primary by 30 points. No wonder
I
they took so long.
No way he's actually losing the primary. He's winning 88% to no preference 11%. Joe Biden is getting 91%. That gets no preference. So Tim Sheehy, Missoula, Sheehy is doing very well there, and then in
It looks like
Park,
the reason it took so long is because Missoula reported nearly all its votes.
I guess, and then let's see what's going on in Montana governor. Ryan Busey looks like he'll win here. Oh, well, okay. GM40 looks very good here too, but it's just Missoula. Uh, I wonder what's going on in the again same margin here for Ryan Zinke. Um, so I wonder what the Michael Hummer voter looks like. All right, so oh wow, Missoula's 100%, and okay, Missoula's 100% in. So we just got all the Missoula votes in one drop, and so that's interesting. All right. Oh, okay. Um, this is what we got for the second district. So Troy Dowling, 35. Denny Reberg, 21. Again, it's just one county, but hmm. Seems like it was a reporting error now in Missoula, and now it's 75% in. So, hmm. And John Tester has been declared the winner already. All right. No surprise there. All right, so after all that waiting for 30 minutes, we only got Missoula County dropping, but now it's reported 95% again. So what is it? Is it 75% in? Is it 95% in? I don't know. Um, I'm gonna have to check the Secretary of State's office so because I can't. All right. All right. The Montana Secretary of State's office says, hold on. All right, county results. What's a C? Missoula. Let's see here. All right, yeah, it's 95. It's 100% in all roads are in Missoula County. So Secretary of State confirms that it's 100% in Missoula County. So I'm going to go with 100% in Missoula County, even though the New York Times keeps messing it up. Now it's it's back to 70% now here in Missoula County on the map here from the New York Times, even though the Secretary of State's office has it at 100%. So sorry to people who keep on who are using New York Times and looking at this. So the actual number is 100% in here in Missoula County. So don't look at this number. This is 100%, not 70%. Oh wow. Okay, here we go. So we just got a ton more vote. So let's look at it. So Tim Sheehy continues to get a ton of votes. Billings is in 100%. So Sheehy will win here very decently. The governor's race. GM40 looks like he'll win pretty decently. All right. Let's go over to the first, where Zinke also is winning pretty handily here. Montana 2 should begin. All right. Troy Downing is in first with 36%. Stacey Zinn 20%. Denny Weberg 14%. The rest are less than 10%. Pretty interesting so far here. Like, So we could get an early night here soon. We could be done for the night soon if we get calls. It seems like here in New Mexico. Let's go back to New Mexico, like where the incumbent the Republican Steve Jones now leads by 500 votes over Luis Sanchez. This race probably is over here. Marinette Miller Meeks leads 57-43 in Iowa 1. And Iowa 4. Okay, Randy Feenstra has dropped under 60%. He's won, but he's under 60%. So, and there we go. We have a projection. Tim Sheehy will be the Republican nominee for Senate in 2024. Whoever wins this race will be a senator till 2031. All right. And Greg Gianforte has won re-nomination for governor of the state of Montana, defeating Tanner Smith. I don't know if we'll get the call for Zinke soon, but he leads by 10,000 votes. We probably will. And then in the second district, I think that's our only district that we have left that's relatively competitive, which is here in the second district of Montana. This is the crowded race to replace Matt Rosendale, and he leads pretty decently right now. All right, so we are watching these results very closely, but it looks like we might be done here very soon. So we're done with the governor's senate. And there's Zinke. He's been projected to win real nomination here. And so we're just down to 2 races, Montana second and New Mexico first. So I think I'm going to call it a night. The races got done pretty quickly here as soon as we got votes dropped. So I think we're ending the night here at 10:41 Eastern. The Montana results came in very fast. So and it was very decisive for the expected winners. So we'll be back next week for some pretty interesting races next week. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.